What's up, everyone? Vincent Gino here. I am with David Brevik. David, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Awesome. And David is the CEO of Gazillion, makers of Marvel Heroes 2015. We're playing that right now. So what are we? Right now, we're taking a look at a new mode. This is the Age of Ultron mode to coincide with that cool little movie that's going to be coming out, Avengers 2. So tell me, the big deal, obviously, right now we're fighting against Vision, who's a fan favorite character. Everyone loves Vision. Let's talk a little bit about this mode. And so basically, this is the first phase, right, where you're going around Central Park and you're kind of saving everyone. So how does that work? What kind of content is here, and how do we advance to the next phase?
Yeah, you start out in this new mode where you take on Ultron in conjunction with the theme here of Age of Ultron, and there's a bunch of sentries, Ultron sentries, that come out. You've got to rescue people, you've got to defeat the sentries, and as you defeat them, that's kind of the faster you defeat them, the better you do in the mode. You get a reward at the end, a bronze, a silver, a gold for defeating that phase of this mode. There's several different phases, and the second phase is just unlocked, where we're gonna take out a lot of the drones using this EMP. But the drones are going to come in here, the sentries are going to come in and fight and try and get that EMP to not go off. So
cool. So that first phase was you basically filling up a progress bar by defeating enemies and saving citizens, and then the second phase is basically a point defense. You're taking care of this, babysitting this EMP. So while we babysit this EMP a little bit, why don't we go into some of the Vision's abilities? I know that you've got 47 character classes in Marvel Heroes as it stands right now. You guys are adding new ones all the time, which I think is really cool. And the Vision is going to be the newest one. So let's go through his skill set a little bit. Now I know he's got 3 basic skill trees, right?
Yes.
One is based off of his AI hacking. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a really fun part of his powers. He has the ability to take control permanently of any robot in the game. So you can go around and choose which robot you want and hack the robot and take control of it permanently. So it's a permanent pet for you that you can use to fight for you. Then you can also do things with that robot. You can overclock it and really kind of get it going and defeat a whole bunch of things with it, make it really powerful.
Cool.
It attacks much faster and whatnot. And if you overclock it while it's overclocked, you can explode it and do a big burst of damage. So that's kind of
awesome.
This pet category, permanent pet category is one of his.
Sweet. And then we've got his, of course, his density manipulation abilities. That's key to
right.
To
that's a lot of what his character is in
the
comics, and the density manipulation is something that we really wanted in the game, and so he can kind of go into high density mode,
which he's in right now, right?
Right, exactly, and that's really focused on lots of punches and whatnot. And he walks around on the ground when he's in the high density mode. And has a lot of physical attacks.
Yeah,
and
kind of hits like a truck.
Yes, exactly. Then he can change densities and has different types of attacks. They're similar like that. Instead of a dash where he's moving around, he teleports down through the ground and kind of comes back up.
And you can see he's like floating above the ground now.
And he's now floating above the ground.
Right?
Yes, exactly. This is called phase density.
Cool. So you can you have different cooldowns in either mode, right? Where you can basically burn all your cooldowns in one mode, switch to the other mode, burn all those cooldowns, and then switch back.
Correct. Yes, that's right. He has different cooldowns on different ones, and maximizing those cooldowns by changing densities is one of the ways you can play to maximize his DPS.
Awesome. So before we move on to his third skill set, I think we're finished defending the EMP here.
Correct.
Right. So now we're moving on to the third phase. And what's this phase all about?
So this is all about the Ultron Iron Legion, which is kind of his mini bosses for Ultron, and there's 5 different ones, and each one has a different kind of gameplay associated with it. The first one is he shoots a lot of missiles. You can see kind of the red flashes on the ground. The missiles come down and explode in those locations. You can see the targeting reticles, and you have to get out of those. Yeah, there are a lot of them, so it's pretty tough to avoid. So his main focus is watch out for those red targeting reticles on the ground and kind of move out of those while you defeat the boss. The second one is a flamethrower guy, and so there's lots of fire in a flamethrower. We'll see that in a second here. And then we have third one has energy blades and an energy shield, so you get really close to him and he'll do tons of damage, and so on. There's 5 different ones, and very, very different gameplay between the different ones.
So yeah, it's basically a boss rush mode. It's like a series of mini boss challenges.
Yes, exactly. So first part is saving citizens, second defense, third kind of mini bosses, and then you face Ultron itself.
Awesome. So while we're tearing through some more of this action, why don't we go back into Vision's skills?
Sure.
And do that the third tree, which is all around the solar gem that's in his head.
Right, exactly. And so he has kind of these ranged abilities with the solar gem, and that's where his resource, you'll see on the right there, gets spent using that solar power, and he can shoot different types of beams and rays out. One's kind of a fan, one's a direct attack, and there are some other things where you can absorb some of the solar energy and heal and whatnot. So there's a variety of different solar-related powers in there.
Awesome. So it sounds like there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of spec him out. He can be kind of a brawler. He can be kind of a ranged DPS guy. Has some interesting mobility options, it seems like. So yeah,
and a pet class all in one.
And a pet class all in one. Yeah, and that's like a lot of bases to cover. So it's pretty cool. I think fans will be happy with that because Vision is one of those characters that does have such a diverse set of powers that can kind of, in strange ways, cheat and almost do anything.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really cool to see that that his power set kind of reflects that to a certain degree.
Yeah, absolutely.
So cool. We'll keep on powering through some of these bosses, and then we'll pick it up again in a little bit and take a look at Ultron.
Sounds great.
Whew, that was crazy. We're done clearing. We're done clearing all the mini bosses. So now it's time. It's time for the main event. The title bout. We're gonna go face off against
Ultron.
Against Magneto, right? No, Magneto's not in the movie.
He's not in the movie. You could be playing as Magneto.
Oh, cool. That's true. That's actually one of the cool things that you can actually probably be playing as anyone.
Yeah.
During this this content, not just the Avengers.
That's correct.
But worth noting. Okay, so here's Ultron in his first form.
Yes.
So, but you were saying before that during the time of Age of Ultron, when the content goes live, people the kind of 11 characters on the front page on the front screen that you can just try up to level 10 for free will be all the Avengers.
Right. Well, we have 10 on the or 11 on the front screen right now, but we're actually going to change it so that you can get all the Avengers as well.
Yeah.
And so that I don't know how many that is, but it's more than 11 at this point. But because some of them are on there already. But
sure.
For instance, Iron Man. This is the first time he'll be available as your free character that you can get. You can play them all to 10 for free, but you also get to unlock one all the way to 60. And if you come back a second day, you can afford to pretty much unlock anybody else also to 60. And as you play the game, you can. There's a currency that you earn that allows you to unlock all the characters in the game eventually.
Cool. That's terrific. And so what's going on with these floating platforms? What's that all about?
Yeah, that's one of his powers is the ability to kind of like take that out of there, and it creates these walls basically on the play field, and allows you to it has to something else to dodge. And something to kind of get around. He can lock himself in with all of these kind of crazy patterns that come up. It's all random, so it's different every time you fight him.
And I assume as he gets lower and lower on health, he'll raise more of those, and the patterns get crazier and crazier.
Exactly. Ooh,
rough. Oh no!
Showing off that you should have. We also have the ability to res anybody in the game. So if you die, one of your partners can come over and pick you up off the ground or whatever right from right there.
Yeah, he's a tough cookie.
He's a tough cookie.
So yeah, this is only the beginning of this boss fight, though, right?
Yes, yeah. No, it's a long fight, and there are many different phases to it. This is the very first phase.
So this is the first phase. We don't want to spoil the surprise. We want people to have something to look forward to when they actually start digging into the content. So you said that this new content for Marvel Heroes 2015, this will be available by the end of at the end of the month, in time at least for the
Age of Ultron.
For Age of Ultron, Avengers 2. So that's very exciting. Yeah, I think that about covers everything we need to see. This obviously for fans of the comic or fans of just the movies, definitely have have some fun to have here. So for more on Marvel Heroes 2015, keep it right here on IGN.